show, we highlight the ingenuity of Liberians in and out of Liberia by sharing their successes, challenges, entrepreneurial endeavors, and much more with the intent to inspire other upcoming changemakers. The 1847 show also promotes the Liberian culture by creating a space for individuals to learn the history of our nation, to find solutions to problems that affect our country today. For this and much more, stay tuned for all things Liberian. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Charity Organization and owner at Genesis Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian. Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Charity Organization and owner at Genesis Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Hi guys, I'm Levine and I'm an independent artist from Liberia, West Africa. And being an independent artist means I get to run my own affairs, sponsor my own music, pick my own release dates. So, not to waste your time, I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm trying to raise $5,000 to promote 2 songs over a 3-month time span. And I'm asking that you help out in any way you can. One of the songs are playing in the background right now, so that means you're one of the first persons to hear this. The proceedings are not just going to go to the promotion of these songs, it's going to go to helping the underprivileged in any way I can. And everything is going to be filmed and posted on my social media. So please help out. Thank you.
You got something that I need, you bring light to my soul. Nobody does it like I do. You already know. Can't get enough of that.
Welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show, and this is season 1, episode 18, which is part of our series called Reimaging Liberia. The series highlights individuals who are rebranding the image of Liberia through digital mediums like the internet by telling the stories of other and our beloved country. Reimaging Liberia benefits all Liberians as our stories are told from a more positive lens. As stories of resilience, culture, and progress are shared, Liberians feel a stronger sense of pride in our unique heritage. Simultaneously, those outside of Liberia become more intrigued by the country, generating a heightened interest in visiting our nation. Our guest today is no one else but Miss Weetta Rosemary McKeever, commonly known as Sassy MC. Sassy MC is a prominent media personality hailing from Liberia. Her journey in the realm of media has been nothing short of inspiring. She has made significant mark in radio and television with a well-spoken and innovative approach. She is known for her intelligence, outstanding presence as a media personality, making her a respected figure in the Liberian media landscape. Sassy MC's contribution extended beyond her role as a media personality. She's also dabbled into event hosting and as a voiceover actor for commercial productions, displaying her versatile talents in the industry. We're going to go ahead and welcome our guest today, Miss Sassy MC. How are you?
Hi,
Awesome.
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing well myself. Had a little bit of technical difficulties today, but before we get talking, somebody mentioned the audio was an issue. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I'm trying to see if I can watch on my other phone, but then
So if you're watching,
I have
please,
audio.
yeah, I went ahead and checked another device. We had audio, so I don't want us to go into the questions without any audio. So if you're watching, just give us a comment, please, and let us know if there is audio or not.
So for some people, there's a speaker sound at the lower left corner of your phone. It has an X in it. You could just tap on it, then you will get audio.
Right. But I think we're good because, like you said, you have audio, and I went and I checked another phone that was audio. But if anyone is watching and you can hear us,
Yeah.
please let us know. So your full name, I just said it, with Etta Rosemary Makiva, but many people know you as Sassy MC. So how did that name come about? What inspired that name?
This story is a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first started at my first professional job I did was at Cool FM, where I was an administrator and also a talk show host. And there was this talk show that was given to me. It was called Soul to Soul. It was a relationship show, and the first time I went on the show, I was co-hosting another person, Elaine Reeves. After our first 3 episodes, the owner of the radio station, Mr. Christopher Hizonamka, he was like, "Do you guys have a radio name?" And Elaine was like, "I'm Elaine Reeves on keys," and I'm like, "No, I don't have a radio name because this is my first professional job. I'm just starting, so I don't even know how to come up with a name." Until he was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna name you Sassy, and then I'm gonna name Elaine Frisky." So we were Sassy and Frisky on Soul to Soul, and that's how the name came about. And I've just been promoting the name. I'm just making the name known to people out there.
So
it was given to me.
Nice. Sometimes we're not the ones picking our names. Like many artists or media personality, we come into business and we get the opportunity to choose our name. Sometimes people see us and they gave us names, and it works just as well, and we love it, right? So that's good of you.
Sure.
Now, one of the things that I think is amazing for you is people just see the success that you've had now, but they don't know the story
Right.
back then. You've had a long way in this media journey. You started off being a child broadcaster in the 7th grade. So tell us a bit about that experience and what has it been?
So it was a great one. I can say it was spectacular. So I remembered it was during a vacation, and then ELBC put out an announcement of child broadcasting, and they had stopped for a couple of years, and then they were coming back, revamping the whole child broadcasting thing. So it was called the Liberia Children's Media Day. And so my father, "You could go and give it a try. You love talking." And I was so shy. I was nervous to be a part of it. I went there. I remember at that time I was wearing glasses, and I started up there. I was being taught by Curtis McCabe and Matthew. I can still remember my teachers. So they were the ones that recruited us. And so we used to go there, practice, read news, try to host shows and all like that. And I was more interested in the news part of it. I always used to read news, and people liked the way I read. And twice I won best broadcaster, best newscaster, best broadcaster, twice for the Liberia Children's Media Day. And it was a fun experience. And that was when I even developed the urge to want to enter in the media field, because at first I wanted to be a petroleum engineer, and that was something that I was working towards. But then when I started doing the Liberia Children's Media Day and I saw how fun it was and how great my voice sounded on the radio, how everybody praised my voice, it was like, why can you do this? Why can you do this? I was like, okay, so this is something that I think I want to pursue. So that's how it was a fun experience, and that's how Sassy started.
Okay. So both the name was given to you, and then the experience was something that
Yeah.
you did not have it yourself. You had to
Yes,
experience it
I
to
didn't plan it
discover
at
it.
all. It just happened.
So what would you say has been the benefit for discovering your career path at such an early age? Because not everybody gets the benefit from that. A lot of people don't
Right,
even know what they want to do until they get out of high
right,
school. So what has been the
right.
benefit for you going through that experience?
Well, I would say it made me to be very decisive and not indecisive, because we find, especially in our country, we don't have much schools that are doing career guidance, right? So you find out that most high schoolers, they entered into college without a mindset of what they actually want to do. So I didn't enter the university being indecisive, like, do I want to be a doctor? Do I want to be a nurse? Should I do this? Should I do that? I entered it with a fixed mind that this was what I wanted to do, because that's something that I've already purposed that I wanted to do. So it made me to focus, to lean more towards the subjects that could lead me to where I am today. So I started paying more attention to English. I started paying more attention to literature. I started paying more attention to, literary subjects. I wasn't even good at the science subjects when I entered in senior, let's say late senior high, 11th, 12th grade. I don't know. I just became dumb to science subjects.
It was
Yes,
the law of attraction. You were attracted to the
right.
things that you like.
I just became dumb the science subjects. So I started leaning more towards literary subjects, because I purpose that, okay, so when I enter into university, I just don't want to do journalism. I want to do mass communication as a whole. So I started focusing in, and once you're doing mass communication, once you're entering into the media field, you have to know English, you have to, know how to speak, know how to read and all that. So I started leaning more towards those subjects, and I prepared myself all through my senior high until I entered in university. I went there with a fixed mind that this is what I wanted to do. So that was one of the benefits. So I didn't enter into college very indecisive of I should do this, I should do that. Because that's one of the mistakes that young people are making now, because there is no career guidance. So they
Right.
don't know what they want to do. They don't know that what you do in college is what you're good at in high school most of the time. Like if you're good at the science subjects in high school, you go college and pursue the science subjects. If you're good at the literary subjects in high school, go college and pursue the literary subjects. But you cannot be dumb like me in science subjects, and then when you enter college, then you say you want to be a doctor, because they're not going to teach you the foundation in college. Most times when you enter in college, when you're a freshman, they already tell you that you guys already know this. This is just a
Right.
brush up, right? So they're not going to go in depth with the foundation. They're just going to just start up with some things that you don't know. So I believe that was the benefit, because I went there with a fixed mind that this is what I wanted to do, and I wasn't indecisive.
That's awesome. Would you also say it's a blessing to discover your purpose, quote unquote, at an early age?
Yes, it's a blessing, because, and one thing again, I want to say thank you to my parents, because they have been really supportive on this journey. Like even my dad, he wanted me to work to ELBC so badly. My aunts worked there at the time. Mrs. Hunter, Hattie Hunter, she worked there at that time. She had a big position, and he was like, "Your auntie is at ELBC. Go and talk to her. Let her, put you there so that you keep you practicing." I was like, no, I don't want to work for ELBC. ELBC got too much old people. I don't want to be there. Yeah, so they've been really, really supportive. So it's a blessing, both for my parents and both discovering and the other end discovering what I wanted to do at a tender age.
That's awesome. Now, fast forward, you went to, after you were a child broadcaster, you went to FMCA, you graduated, and then you went to AME University. got your BA in mass communication and public administration. Now, considering your
With honors,
experience
please, with honors.
with honors, excuse me, man, very disrespectful. With honors, excuse me.
Yes.
So you did that, you got the experience. A part of why you pursue those things is because, again, like you said, you knew what you wanted to do, you're very decisive about it. But now that's your story, right? So considering your story and somebody else who wants to do the same thing, do you think obtaining a degree in mass communication specifically, do you think that's relevant to be as successful as you are?
I could say that it's a stepping stone.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about being successful to where I am is about the mindset. It's about consistency. I mean, wow. LEC Jack come to so
Welcome to LIB, right?
Welcome to LIB. I got a little light here. So as I was saying, I think I would lean in more towards
the mindset.
Being consistent and leaning more towards the mindset. Because I could study mass communication, but if I don't have the passion for broadcasting, I will not be as successful as I am right now. Mm-hmm. Because this field is not an easy field in Liberia. It doesn't have money. I mean, it has if you know
how to
consistent. But it's not like being a 9-to-5 person, like going to an office and sitting there and getting salary at the end of the month. There's no money. There's not much money in the media industry in Liberia. I would say in Liberia because this is where I live. So there is not much money in it. So for you to reach where I am and for you to go to where I want to go, because I know that I am not at where I want to be, you have to be consistent. You have to have passion for the media. Most people just enter in this field because, it's the radio, it makes you popular, or it's the TV, it makes you popular and all that. But I'm not doing it for the popularity. I'm not doing it because I want people to know me. Yes, I want people to know my brand. I want people to know me for what I put out on the media. I just don't want people to see me, oh, that girl is cute and she's on TV. That's why every day I do research online. I'm always looking for new ways to enhance my show. I'm always looking for new things to do when it comes to the media because I have the passion for it. I'm not just doing it because I graduated with a mass communication degree. You can graduate with a mass communication degree and you can work to so many places other than being in the media. So you just have to have the passion for the kind of field that you want to, enter in mass communication. It's not basically just about the degree. It's just a step, toward it, but you just have to have a passion for it and you need to be consistent.
Right. But the degree definitely helps you, puts you on the right path.
Yes, it does. Sure. It helps you. Yes, it does.
Awesome. That's good. And I like how you always, when you explain, you always give your personal side of it as well. Now, you wear many hats, like you said. You're not only a TV host, you're an MC, you're a voiceover artist. So how has your experience working at Hot FM, Boss TV helped you build the brand that you have today?
Firstly, I will start at Cool FM. Mm-hmm. Cool FM laid the premise for me. It taught me how to operate the council board. It taught me how to, interact with the audience out there because that was my first professional job. Right. So Cool FM laid the premise for me. Yeah, they taught me a lot of things. And then Hot FM, that was where I started my show, The Talk. Because when I was at Cool FM, I wasn't really doing my own show. I was doing station show. The station show. So when I finally went to Hot FM, I started doing, that was where The Talk started from. That was where I started doing my show. So, and then fast forward, I was at Hot, I started building my brand. People started knowing that there is something called The Talk. And then there is somebody called Sassy MC that's hosting The Talk. I had a couple of co-hosts. And then gradually, that was a mistake that I made in my career to sort of stop the brand that I was building to move to Boss TV. Mm-hmm. That was a break that I was not supposed to take in my career, and that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made. That transition, it cost me a lot of things because I had to take a huge break and to come back to be full front in the media. That's why I say it all boils down to consistency. Because if I were inconsistent, I wouldn't be where I am today, because I was so discouraged when I had that break in my career. And once you are not in the forefront of something, especially in Liberia, people forget about you. They're not going to be thinking about you again. They're going to forget about you once you're not, your face is not on the media, it's not mainstream and all that. So when I took that break, it messed a little bit with my career, until when I had to come back, I had to push harder to be able to make a great comeback. So the consistency. So Buzz didn't really make any direct impact. I especially positively, didn't really make any direct impact. Not to bad mouth the company.
The
It's a
management.
great company. For my career, it didn't really make a great impact.
Right.
It was one mistake that I made, the transition that I made. So when I came back after Buzz, I had to come back stronger, because at that time I was already off the media and people had forgotten about me. So I had to make a strong comeback. So when I came back stronger, and I'm still here stronger, and I'm going to be stronger.
Awesome. Awesome. But definitely, whether good or bad, there's always lessons to be learned. And I'm sure you learned some of those lessons. Like you said, a mistake that you made
Right.
was taking a break when you didn't need to take a break. And for those watching, that's something we all can learn
Yes.
from. Now, tell us, you talk about the talk, right? Now, it's when we hear about the talk, we almost have to put with, Sassy MC next to it. You can just say the talk. It's the talk with
Yes.
Sassy MC, which now is
No.
heavy on KMTV,
Yes.
also available on the KMTV app. So what is your aim with that? What do you want to use that platform to promote?
So the talk, when I created the talk, I created it for people that have something to give, but then they are not given the opportunity to give it. In Liberia, most often people are more focused on the celebrities. People are more focused on people that are already mainstream, on people that are already known.
Right.
So the talk was created to showcase movers and shakers in our society and even in Africa. But most times, these people that are doing tremendously well, but then they are not mainstream. People don't really know them, because they are not really doing it for the recognition. They are not really doing it for the popularity and all that, but they are working behind the scenes. So the talk was created to bring those people forward, to bring them to the Liberian people, to bring them to my numerous followers that I have around the world, and say, this is somebody that's doing this in my country, or this is somebody that's doing this in the diaspora. And here they are. You can see them, and you can see the work that they're doing. So that's what the talk is all about. So it's not necessarily about the celebrities, especially for the rebrand that I'm coming back with. It's going to be packed with a lot of people that people don't really see, being mainstream. I mean, they're on Facebook, people may know them, but we need to dig deep in these people's lives, to find what makes them tick, and what's going on in their lives, the progress that they're making, the impact that they're making, and just showcase them to the world and say, these are the people that are making headways in Liberia. So that was the vision when I thought about the talk and when I created the talk.
And it's still the vision, I can imagine, because it's still moving in that direction from what is apparent.
It is still the vision, and it's coming back stronger after the rebrand. It's going to come back stronger.
Awesome. So if there's anyone on earth that understands the need for that platform, is obviously me. I definitely understand. Same reason why we created the 1847 platform as well, to promote all things Liberian. So for us,
Right.
the mindset was we have a country where people are not celebrated. Liberians do things, whether big or small, they're not really celebrated. They don't have a platform to come on and tell those stories so that other people can benefit from. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, and we'll look forward to the rebranding of the talk. And I know you guys, for now, who have missed the previous,
gonna be big.
If you've missed the previous episodes, you can find it on YouTube. It's also on the KMTV app, which I recommend you download as well. Now, you've made a name for yourself, obviously. You have a lot of followers, about 88,000 on Instagram when I last checked. and you have a 25,000 between your personal Facebook and your brand Facebook as well, and a couple hundreds on YouTube as well. So tell us, what level of responsibility is it that you have having that many people follow the work you do?
I know that I have to update them every time, like especially Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So Instagram is such that if you were maybe let me use the word stripper,
Mm-hmm.
and you started, doing stripping things on Instagram, and it gave you followers, you have to be consistent with your stripping content. If you deviate, yes, if you deviate from that content, your engagements, it tends to drop,
Mm-hmm.
and then you lose followers. That's how Instagram algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it's structured. So when I got those followers, I wasn't doing more of my work. That was when I had the break. So I wasn't really doing more of the talk. I wasn't doing more of the talk. So I was doing more personal
Mm-hmm.
things, TikTok videos, dancing, just doing, funny things on the internet. So again, it gave me traffic. It gave me more followers, more people to come on my page. So when I finally did the talk with Sassy MC, I cleared my page, and then it was just more of my work, more of my work, and more of my work. So because these followers came to my page because of the personal things I used to do,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm no longer doing these things, so my engagement tend to drop. That's one of the secrets that people don't understand about social media, especially Instagram. Instagram is very hard to deal with. That's why most people don't even bother themselves on Instagram, because it's really hard to deal with. So in order to keep these followers stable, in order to keep them static and not dropping, like right now, I'm losing followers like almost every time, because what I was doing then, I'm not doing it anymore. Now my page is strictly professional. So you get only professional things from my page, my shows, things that I do, my events and all that. So now I've started losing engagements and all that. So, but still I have to be consistent in keeping them, abreast of whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like talking about my show every time, talking about, even if I'm going to host this event, I talk about it. Even if I'm doing this, I talk about it. And for the Facebook, one of the things that is really keeping it together, sometimes I do giveaways. Sometimes I interact with my followers, my supporters, and all that. So once you have those amount of followers, you want to keep increasing those followers, you just have to be consistent in communicating with them. You have to engage with them every other time. That's why people always tell me that I post a lot. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the media. What do you expect? I have to post every day. I have to update my fans and let them know what's happening. So it's just a very hard responsibility, because you have to know what to post, when to post it, and all that. So it's a very hard thing to do.
Now, like having 88,000 followers on Instagram, I would imagine when it comes to earnings, right? Because you mentioned that earning in Liberia for the media industry is not a thing until you're able to find your niche and know how to monetize
Yeah.
that niche. So have you been able to find that niche using that many followers to generate any source of income for yourself?
So for Liberia content creators, to sort of earn online, especially if you're in Liberia, residing in Liberia, it's very hard, because our country is not monetized.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very hard for us. So for me, I got the opportunity to earn on Facebook. I think if people that are watching my live right now, they will see that is there, send stars.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send me stars. But then that's something that Liberians are not really occurring to. So they don't really know that people can actually support by sending stars.
Right.
So I think 99 stars is just $1 and stuff like that. So the more stars you send, the more money I can get. So my page is monetized, especially on Facebook. People can send me stars and then I can get the money. But then there was one hinder, wherein, because my page is based in Liberia, so it's hard to get the money when I receive the money. So except I have to have an account in another country that's monetized with a tax, information and all that. Because when I put in my information to get my money, they ask me for tax information, and they cannot accept our tax information that are here, our tax credentials that are here. They cannot, because I put my social security number and everything in, and they just couldn't accept it. So I actually my page needed to be based in another country, and then I was going to be able to get my money. Even on TikTok, I think I got couple, maybe $100 or so from TikTok, but that was ever since when I was actively on TikTok. But then I cannot withdraw it from Liberia. I have to use somebody's account in the States to be able to withdraw. So Guinea in Liberia is hard for content creators, for people that are on the internet trying to make money on the internet. Is very hard because the country is not monetized, and that's something that we're looking forward to the government to try and see how best they can do that, especially for the entertainment industry. It's going to help a lot of entertainers because it helps as well. The internet has money, but then our country is not monetized. That's why in Liberia we can watch things for free on YouTube. You can't even see one ad because our country is not monetized. Yeah, so Liberians are not really making money off YouTube because YouTube cannot Liberia. So how are we to make money out of YouTube?
Right.
YouTube pay people in countries that they are making money off, like in Nigeria, in other countries. Once you are watching video, you will get ads like this. But we be watching videos for free in Liberia. We don't even get ads. People be asking me, "You can get ads?" I'm like, I don't even know what is ads on YouTube. I'm just watching. Right. So it's really hard for us to gain from social media because our country is not monetized.
Definitely understand, and I know that's quite frustrating. I know for sure we'll get to that point. It's just a matter of time, and hopefully the government can help in some ways.
Can't wait.
As well. But we're at the halfway point of this show right now, so we'll take a short break. And for those of you who are watching, of course, Sassy MC. She's being featured on the 1847 show. If you're not already following her, go ahead and follow her page. She's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all the major platforms, YouTube. So follow her, the Sassy MC. She also has the Talk with, where she promotes other Liberians that are doing amazing as well. So thank you, Maya, for accepting our invitation. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Hang in there.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder Girls of Destiny Creative Organization, and owner at Janice Sweets. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Hi guys, I'm Levine and I'm an independent artist from Liberia, West Africa. And being an independent artist means I get to run my own affairs, sponsor my own music, pick my own release dates. So, not to waste your time, I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm trying to raise $5,000 to promote 2 songs over a 3-month time span. And I'm asking that you help out in any way you can. One of the songs are playing in the background right now, so that means you're one of the first persons to hear this. The proceedings are not just going to go to the promotion of these songs, it's going to go to helping the underprivileged in any way I can. And everything is going to be filmed and posted on my social media. So please help out. Thank you.
You got something that I need, baby. You bring light to my soul. Nobody does it like I do. You already know. Can't get enough of that.
Welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show, and this is season 1, episode 18, which is part of our series called Reimaging Liberia. This series highlights individuals who are rebranding the image of Liberia through digital means like the internet by telling the stories of others and our beloved country. Our guest today is Ms. Weta Rosemary McKeever, commonly known as Sassy MC. She is the host of the talk show called The Talk with Sassy MC. We'll welcome our guest back here. Hey, how is it going? How has it been so far?
Well, I told you I'm not used to being the interviewee, but it's good. It's good.
Awesome. So we're jumping to the next set of questions. You also work with Shoana, if I'm saying her name correctly, on the Candidates Unfiltered. How has your experience been with working on that platform as well, alongside somebody else? Oh, hold on. She just dropped off. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
No problem. Awesome. So yeah, I was saying, I don't know if you heard the question, but you also work on the Candidates Unfiltered platform, helping to promote political leaders around the country. How has that experience been? What level of exposure have you gotten from working on that platform?
So firstly, shout out to the host of Candidates Unfiltered, Shoana Cashel. And funny thing, the way I got on that platform was so funny. So we went there that day to just so I was initially supposed to be, because it's a live audience type of thing. Sorry, they're doing something in this compound, so right now they're not supposed to. I hope it's not interfering. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you just fine. We'll manage with it, man.
Okay, all right. So we went there. My team met with Shoana, and then we were talking. They went there to talk about how the production is going to be, how this is going to look, how the cameras are going to be set up. And then I was just there. I just tagged along. I was initially going there as, one of the live audience. So, and then she was like, oh, yeah, I was, because it's a live audience show. So we had the audience in-house. So I initially went there to just be a part of that. But when we went there, after we were discussing how the production was going to go, and she was like, but the show needs a producer. Rosemary, you can produce. And that was how I got on the show. And that was how I got on the show, as the producer. But it was a great experience, because it made me to interact with these candidates, to get to know them beyond politics, because that's what the show is about. Not to talk about politics, but to talk about the candidates beyond politics, to talk about their upbringing, their adult life, relationship, marriages, and all of that. So it made me to know these people beyond what they preach when it comes to politics, their platform. So it was a great experience. I got to meet the vice president, and then she was like, because I went in to introduce myself, she was like, I know you from my Instagram. I'm following you. I was like, okay, this is good. She's like, yeah, I'm following you, and I love what you do, you guys. And I'm like, it's an honor. She said, no, it's an honor to be in your presence. I'm like, okay. But it was great. It was a great time that I had, interacting with them and just getting to know them beyond their political personas.
Awesome. And I can imagine that can only further, your brand and help your brand in many different ways, standing alongside vice president, political leaders. I can just imagine how beneficial that is for you. So yeah, talking about your brand, you're very, very heavy on brand. And one thing I like about you is you understand the concept of being a professional. You have a website, you have social media handles, and just recently you came out with, your own merchandise, which I'm going to put on the screen here so people can see. And
yes. Yes.
So that's one of your
And I'm even
hoodies.
rocking it today.
Yeah, that's one of the items you
Yes,
sell. So
and
they can get
for the
hoodies or sweatpants. And also we have that on the screen as well. A lot of beautiful colors. But tell us, firstly, the products that you have, and then we'll discuss the marketing side of it.
Okay, so I thought about doing something for my brand to help to expose my brand and not just be on the radio or on the TV and then everybody, oh, yeah. But I want people to wear my brand. I want people to, to be passing it around and say, okay, this is Sassy MC and all like that. So I thought about doing something. I thought about coming up with the merch. So I thought about the sweatpants that I did. I thought about t-shirts. I thought about crop tops. That one is gonna be here. I'm gonna produce those ones probably by next month and all that. But there are a couple of other things that are coming up that's gonna constitute the Sassy brand. So this is something that I just did, for people to wear it and support me. Everywhere they go, once they're wearing my shirt, people are gonna ask, "Who's that person?" It's be like, "This is Sassy MC. I'm wearing Sassy MC." That's a way also to support my brand because most times when you tell people, please help me to get this, please help me to get that, they be like, oh, the other celebrity can, all right, like, we're going to put celebrity title behind you. They'll be like, oh, the other celebrity can pay for money, the other celebrity, what they asking for this, they asking for that. So yes, I don't like to go and just beg. So I thought about ways to generate money, and so the merch.
Nice. So where can people get those merch? Where can we buy them? For people international
So
and in Liberia. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work on the international move because to try and get the countries that are hard, except I know somebody that's coming to the States or somebody, because there are a couple of people that contacted me from China, from Ghana, and from the States that they actually want it, but then the issue here is how would they get it. So I'm just trying to find a way. I want to go to Post and Telecommunications next week to go and find out how much to ship, from Liberia to those countries and see if I can ship it. But right now, once you want it, as long as you want it, you just hit me up on my WhatsApp, and then you give me your size, you give me your color, and you send the money, because right now we're doing print on demand. We didn't print a lot of them, and then people will come and purchase it because this is based on size and color. Most people will want yellow in large, pink in small, and all that. So we didn't print it in bulk. So as long as you want one, you just hit me up on WhatsApp, and I'll give you the price of the one, because I have the hoodie for $18. I have the sweatpants for $12, the t-shirt for $10, and then the hoodie and the sweatpants for $25. So as long as you want either one of them, you just send me the money on mobile money, or I come and pick it up, and then I go into your printing and then deliver it to you. So I'm mostly doing delivery, and I'm doing a delivery because I want to interact with the people that are buying my product. There are a lot of people that have purchased.
What if the whole country start buying? What will you do? The whole country start buying. You deliver to everybody.
I'll be glad. But I'm doing the delivery personally because I want to interact with these people. There are a couple of people that inboxed me, and it was like, I don't know you personally, but I've just seen you online and I really like you, and I just want to support you by wearing your brand. So these people, I want to meet them personally. I want to tell them thank you for supporting me. Because most times people say Liberians are not supportive and all that, and I tell people, once you're doing something for Liberians to support you, they will support you. As long as that thing is appealing to them, they're definitely going to support you. So I just want to tell them thank you for buying, for wearing, for even thinking, for even accepting to wear my brand. That's a huge honor given to me by you guys. So I like to personally deliver these things, meet them and just tell them thank you.
And these items look amazing, by the way. So I'll put them on the screen again.
They are
look
really
at that.
amazing.
That looks really sharp.
It's so comfortable. When I wore the first, the white one, when I was about to do the photo shoot, I was like, oh my God, I look like I'm about to travel. Like, as long as you want to leave the country, like to travel, just come and buy my sweatsuit. It will be so nice. Everybody will be looking at you in the plane. Everybody will be looking at you in the airport. Like, it's giving airport vibe.
I understand. And when you're traveling, one thing you need to be is comfortable when you're traveling. So absolutely.
Thank you.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit more about your work. And then, of course, you guys already know how to purchase those items. We've shown you what it looked like. So go ahead and reach out to her She's still working on the international side of things. But you've hosted the red carpet for the Golden Image Awards. You also hosted Miss Liberia. What has been your favorite event that you've hosted so far?
Do you know that I've not really thought about it? My favorite event.
Now is the good time to think about it.
I don't even know if I have a favorite event because to host event I am. Let me speak. I am. I am. I don't know. Okay, so I would definitely say the most recent one. It will be my favorite because I was treated like a queen. So I recently hosted alongside my own mentor, Mr. Chris Wallow, the first ever Liberian Rice Symposium by the Ministry of Agriculture. And that was my favorite because I was lodged in at Farmington Hotel for 2 nights and 3 days. Yeah, so I went Sunday and came back Wednesday. I had fun. I ate. I was hanging out with dignitaries, having dinner with top people in Liberia. So, I would say that was my favorite. Yeah, because I mean it was superb. I had dinner. I can remember I had dinner that night with the Minister of Agriculture, Madam Jenny Cooper, very nice lady, and it was spectacular. And then she had other dignitaries, people from other countries, and we were just all sitting on the table and talking and eating, and I felt like a queen because I'm dining with people of high caliber and all that, people of higher ranking. So I think that was my favorite event that I hosted. And next up was the Golden Image Awards. That one, it was where I got to interview the president. So that was
I saw a clip of that. I saw when he first walked in, he was in a black suit with,
you watched it.
with a golden tie, if I remember correctly.
Yes. So that's my second favorite because I got to interview the president, like the president.
Now, when you get that excited, are you excited about his position or him as an individual?
So I think I'm excited about both because without being the president, he's a star in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
Without the presidential title, he's a big person. He's a world best.
Mm-hmm.
He already had a couple of titles before becoming the president of Liberia. So
Right.
I think it's both. And I can tell people, back then when I used to be, people used to come and ask me to host that event. Then, especially when they don't want to pay me, they'd be like, but you can see this as a way of promoting your brand, and it's a platform that I'm giving you and all that. And I appreciate all of the platforms that they gave me because it helps me to get where I am today. But I can tell people, though I am not where I want to be, but I am not where I was. And right now, platform to give people. So if you're to hire me to host anything for you, you better have my money. Because at this point, only 2 persons can give me platform in Liberia, and it's the president and the vice president. Those are the only 2 people that can give me the kind of platform that I want. But I have worked for the past 5 years. I have worked to get myself to where I am today. God by my side, my parents, my friends, my supporters, they have been there. It is time now for me to reap what I've sown over the years. Now you cannot come and tell me now you cannot pay me my straight amount because you're trying to give me platform. No. Now I have my own platform. So I'm excited because he has a platform that if somebody sees me interview, it's not just him, but anybody that wins the next, title as the president of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
That person has the greatest title to give me, earthly titles, because the greatest title is God, but
Right.
earthly titles, right? That person has one of the greatest titles to give me. Imagine being, interviewing the president of a whole country. Everybody want to come on my platform because this is a platform where president has sat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited because of the title and because of his persona. But anybody that becomes the president of Liberia, I just want to interview that person. I'm a cool. right now to interview the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Awesome.
I know I did that one was just short interview, but I want to have a full interview,
like a heart-to-heart
with
conversation.
the president of Liberia, whoever they may be.
Awesome.
Yes, I just want to, I just want that platform.
Now, that's great, and I definitely understand that, and I think you answered the question very, very maturely, that it's not just him as a president, but it's also his personality as well. Because prior to that, like you said, it's true.
Yeah.
That man has put our country on the map for a lot of great things, and to that, even if we do not side with the CDC, we still have to appreciate him as a Liberian for what he's done for our nation as a whole. So that's definitely awesome.
Right.
Now, you've worked over the years, like you said, and your work hasn't gone unnoticed, right? You've received several recognition for it. One of your second award that you received was from the Liberia Girls View. Now, how has being recognized helped motivate you and keep on promoting the work that you do?
So getting a recognition, like it's a big deal, because it makes me to realize that people are actually watching what I do. That people are actually. So come on the 22nd of October, I received my 5th award in my career, my 5th award. So it's a great thing, no matter how small it is. Like even if it's just 5 persons organization, just contact me today and say, "Oh, Sassy, we want to appreciate you for the work that you've been doing in Liberia. So we want to give you this award." Even if it's in a zinc shop, I will attend and I will get the award, because it means that these people are not just watching what I do, but they want to appreciate me for what I do. Right. And that's one of my inspirations, like to be able to inspire young people, to be able to motivate young people. I want my life to be as such that when these young people see it, they be like, I can make it because of that person. I can always tell people, Dawn, when you see me, there are a lot of young ladies that see me and be like, I really want to be like you. And I can tell people, Dawn wants to be like me, always up to be more like me.
Right.
Because the models that I look up to in the media field, I don't want to be like them. I want to be more like them. Mm-hmm. So it inspires me that people are actually seeing my work. People are watching what I do, and then they want to appreciate me for what I do. So no matter how small the award is, no matter how big the award is, I always appreciate all of my accolades that I have achieved over the years. And I know I'm still going to achieve more, because now my best friend can say I don't have space again for the awards.
That's awesome.
I don't have space again for the awards, but they just, and I just keep accepting it, and I'm so glad.
Ooh, the internet won't misbehave. Let's give her a second here. Did somebody try calling you?
No.
Yeah, you're back, but go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was just saying that no matter how small, no matter how big those awards are, I'm going to accept them wholeheartedly, because it's like giving a recognition to my work that I'm doing. So I'm really proud of it. And I'm going for the 5th one again on the 22nd of October, and I'll be coming up holding it in my hand.
You might need to build another house, because by the time you retire from the media industry, you might have a whole house of recognition. So
yeah, I'll have a whole room just for awards.
When you're building your dream house, make sure you dedicate a room to it, a big enough room. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about, we're coming towards the closure of the interview. You started off when you're in the 7th grade as a child brook. This internet, my man. But if you're watching, please use this time to follow the 1847 show. We have a lot of amazing content for you. She's going to be back shortly. Follow the 1847 show. Again, we're here to promote all things Liberian, including people like Sassy MC as well. So welcome back, Sassy. Sorry, the interview does not want us to have a 100% great day, so it's misbehaving.
Yes, but yeah. I don't know what's going on today. My village people now will call my kiss.
Yeah, then I wake up. It's getting in the night now, so the people they have to start waking up. But anyways, my question to you was, you compared to when you started off as a child broadcaster, when you came into the media industry, comparing that experience, that time, to where you are now, What was the media industry like, and what has changed over the years that you have been a part of it, and where do you hope to see it within the next few years?
So back then, there wasn't a lot of young people that were actually, opting to be in the media. Back then, when I wasn't doing child broadcasting, we had a lot of old people, mid adults and all that were in the media. Then now that we're seeing a lot of young people wanting to actually be in the media, and I can always tell people back then I didn't have anybody that would look at me and say, I see a potential in you and I want to help you, reach to where you're going. So I didn't have people that could take me under their wings and want to mentor me to be where I am today. Everywhere I go, I was always shunned away. I was so when I applied to a couple of radio stations, I was rejected because they didn't see a prospect, they didn't see a potential until I got to Cool FM. So Cool FM, it's a radio station that got a lot of young people. So that was one of the reasons why I was even more accepted at Cool FM, because there were a lot of young people that were there. So I felt welcome. The environment is so great and all that. So I think back then it was just old people being in the media and not young people. And the negative side of it was back then, the old people were very professional.
Mm-hmm.
So radio back then was very professional. Like you get on the radio, you're hearing professional things. There are no rude contents being played on the radio and all that. But now that the young people are, getting more, so you find out that now people are not really going to school again to be on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can play music, you're able to operate a console board, you automatically an announcer, and then you're placed in the studio. Even if you can't even speak well, you're placed in the studio and you are just there on the radio. But back then, radio was more professional, and that's where I want to see the media in the future going back to being more professional, not going back to the old people being in the media, but going back to young people being in the media, but then it is a more professional space.
Right.
Where you have more investigative journalists, you have more renowned continuity announcers, you have more renowned newscasters and all that, and not just people that just want people to see their pretty faces. So I love that young people are coming into the media, but I would really appreciate if we learn the ethics of the media, if we learn the do's and don'ts of the media before we come, and put ourselves on mainstream, because the media is such that whatever you say on the media, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So you people, we that are on the media, we have to be very careful with things that we say.
Oh man, this internet today wants to misbehave.
But I would really love to see more professional things being placed on the media, more young people, but let us be professional. Go to school, learn about radio, learn about TV, wherever your interest lies, and come back and don't just do media because you want to do media. Do media because you have the passion for it.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing. We have one more question here for you before we go out for the day. But before we ask that question, is there anything else that you were looking forward to this interview that maybe we didn't mention? This is the time to mention that, something about what you do, or maybe a brand, or another thing that we didn't talk about. This is your time.
So there are other things that I do that we didn't talk about. So I want to talk about it. Yeah, so I'm also a voiceover artist. I'm also a producer. I'm also a speaker, and I'm an administrator and all that. So,
So if they're looking for any,
the talk show hosting, the event, we need a test everywhere, because I'm on the client will come from.
So yes, you heard her. She's a voiceover artist, and if you don't know what that is, if you have a commercial that you just need somebody talking in the background and you're not seeing their face, she's able to do that for you, and she's also able to act in a commercial for you as well. So there is a lot more to what she does, of course.
Yes.
And we don't have all the time in the world, but she has a huge list of resumes. So if you're interested in this person, if you have any representation things that you need somebody to represent, of course, you have her contact. She's on all social media platforms, so you can reach out to her. But go ahead, tell the people again one more time what you do.
Brand influencing as well.
Awesome.
You can just hire me as your brand ambassador or your brand influencer, to support your brand, like the way I'm supporting Duka Mineral Water. So you can hire me to support your brand as well. So I don't drink any other water besides Duka because I gotta promote the people brand.
Nice.
One of the best mineral water in Liberia. Let me start promoting it right now. So Monrovia stores as well.
Right.
I'm one of the brand influencer for Monrovia stores. So once my show starts, and most of the African things that I wear, they're produced by Monrovia stores. And once my show starts, whatever I'm gonna be wearing on the show is gonna be produced by Monrovia stores. I'm also the ambassador for Asher Concept, one of the best photography company in Liberia. He does really nice pictures and all that. So I'm also the brand ambassador for that. So if you want me to promote your brand and not just on my show, but you want me as an individual to promote your brand, you just hit me up. I could be your brand ambassador, your brand influencer, and what have you. If you have your commercial and you want somebody with professional, nice voice to record it to me. I've done a couple of work for Jetty, a couple of work for Tip Me. I'm almost like Tip Me #1 voice artist because I'm always doing their commercial. Winners Incorporated. I recently did an IVR for Winners. So when it gets accepted, whenever you call Winners hotline or something like that, the voice that you're gonna be hearing will be mine. For example, when you call Orange, it'd be like, this number you're calling is blah, 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 blah. So I recently did that for Winners as well. So whenever you're in Winners office and you hear a beautiful voice, that's mine. And also, a couple of commercials as well. I've done for Uptown Garage and a couple of companies. And also I do trainings for presenters to have their own show. So if you're interested in the media, I just small money gotta give. And I do training as well, train you how to be a good talk show host, your postures, your gestures, enunciation, pronunciation, and all that, etc., etc., etc. I'm a speaker. People can call me, to go and speak to young ladies, to motivate them, my journey, to go and explain to them and encourage them and all that. I'm a producer. I produce shows. So if you have your TV show, you want me to produce it for you, I can produce it for you. Producer is like putting together the show, not to stand in front of the camera and do the show. So I can do that for you as well. Event hosting, you have your events, you want me to host it, I'm here. Small money in for Lieutenant and I'm plenty.
Awesome. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing all that. I wish we had more time in there during the interview. But thank you for sharing all that. And then what's her name? Pandora said.
So can I add something?
Yeah,
Yes,
Pandora said we should
I was
ask
trying
you
to
about
address
your name. We mentioned that early on in the interview. You probably missed it.
Yes,
but,
I already
you can tell her
answered
briefly.
that, but so the name was, let me just paraphrase. So for Pandora, so the name was given to me by my first boss, Mr. Christopher Nanunga Sassy, because apparently I was sassy on the radio the first time I ever sat on the radio to do a professional show. I was sassy, so he gave me that name, Sassy. So the MC there is Master of Ceremony, because when I first started up back then on Cool FM, I started doing small MC jobs. So I attached that to my name. So it's either MC Sassy or Sassy MC. But at first I used to be called MC Sassy. But then it didn't sound well, to be a brand and all that. So I changed it around to Sassy MC. So it's just Sassy Master of Ceremony. Nice. So that's just it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so the last question here, like I said, that I always like to ask everyone is, imagine the younger version of yourself with the experience and what you know now, the things that you have available to you. And then I want you to talk to that version of yourself when you were younger, but as if there were multiple other younger versions like yourself. So imagine the young ladies who aspire to be you now, aspire to be more like you would say, and talk to them. What encouragement would you give them? What advice would you give them? And how can they use their talents to make Liberia a better place? Because at the end of the day, that's what the 1847 show is here for, to promote all things Liberian. So go ahead, the stage is yours.
I would say be intentional. Be very intentional. about what you want. Outline your goals, outline what you want to achieve, and be intentional about achieving those goals and go for it. Be very consistent. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. There will be a couple of negative words here and there. Men trying to, especially if you're a female, men trying to get with you before they can give you, a rock to step on to go to where you want to go. Do not be deterred. That man doesn't have your future in his hands. Let him go. You will find, I'm speaking from experience, let him go. You will find other opportunities out there, and always be in the position to showcase whatever talents that you have. If you can sing, don't just sing in your bathroom. Even if you're singing in your bathroom, record yourself, put it on the internet. You don't know who's going to watch it someday. And once you start putting things on the internet, don't get discouraged if you have 5 persons watching you. Keep posting, consistency, keep posting, keep posting, keep posting. One day you're gonna get that breakthrough. And that's what happened to me. When people finally started seeing me, that's not necessarily on Cool FM. Although people were hearing me on Cool FM, but they didn't know the face. They couldn't put the face to the voice that they heard on Cool FM. But I remember it was around Corona, and I was down with the virus, so I had to stay home. And I always used to, hop on live, go on live and do a couple of videos. That's where I got a lot of followers on Facebook, a lot of fans, people, always wanting to hear from me and all that. I used to do those live. I used to get a lot of people watching and all that up until Corona ended, until I had to go back to work. So whatever you're doing, do it to your best. Whatever you're doing, if you're cutting grass, cut that grass to your best. If you're tying coat, tie that coat to your best, and be consistent. You're definitely going to achieve your goals. That's my advice to younger people, and that's my advice to my younger self.
Awesome. Now, a question that is not so serious, and somebody is already asking it in the comment, as you can see here on the right. People will know, because also, before I ask that guy a question, right, I will tell you, I saw on your Facebook profile, it says you're engaged. And then this guy also have the same question here, but are you in a relationship? So people in this world are wondering this, right? Are you in a relationship? Tell the world.
Number one, I'm not engaged. I'm always changing my relationship status.
You need to update your Facebook page, because
I'm always changing it. One day will come, I'll just say I'm married. I'm not married, but I'm always changing it. But I'm not engaged. The person that asked this question, they know the answer. That's a die-hard fan of Sassy. Even a part of the Sassy clan. He knows the answer to that question. So that would just be free.
Awesome.
So first of all, I think I'm talking to someone. But it's
you
always
do
like
not
to
have
say
to answer. You do not have to answer that question.
Something bad.
You do not have to answer that question. We just
right. I do not have to answer it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh my God, we are live. I forgot. I thought this was pre-recorded, that you could cut that out.
I'm only asking that question
so
because
I'm not answering the question. I am so not answering that.
The people are asking, that's all. But yeah, please respect yourself in the comment and stop asking personal questions. Awesome. So
I don't know if you want to know I'm in a relationship or not. Inbox me. Don't come on the wall station and ask me I'm in a relationship. Inbox me, ask me, I'll answer it.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for being on the platform. One thing I want to say is how responsive you were throughout the whole process when I reached out to you, and then also how quickly you filled out our questionnaire. We appreciate that. I really see the humility in you as well. So thank you for accepting the invitation, for being on time, and for being available for our interview. But that's all we have. And if you do not have anything else, we'll let the people be in the comment section, because apparently they have a lot to ask. So we'll keep bringing that question on board. They might ask another question that will cause trouble here.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jabo. Thank you so much for wanting to have me on your platform. I appreciate it. Are you even here? Okay.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
So thank you so much for allowing me to be on your platform. I appreciate it. I tell people no platform is a small platform. Every platform is a big platform because everybody has their own audience. So whenever you are asked to make an appearance on a platform, you always go there head on, ready to promote yourself.
Right.
Anytime I'm doing trainings and all that, that's the advice I always leave to my mentees, that whatever platform that you're asked to get on, as long as it's positive to your brand, you always go there, but go there with the mindset of going there to promote yourself, to put yourself out there. So I'd like to say thank you to you for this. I appreciate it highly, and I would love to come back again whenever time that you call upon me. I would like to come back. And also to the people that are watching, thank you so much for watching. My mom was watching. Shout out to you. I can call her the Rastafarian bartender, but she's not quite here now, so she's not Rastafarian anymore. But shout out to my mom, Ikwa, Sarah, Stewart, Aka, and shout out to my fans and everybody for watching. Yeah, don't forget to purchase the merch.
That's
Pandora,
right.
you say you won't see me buy my clothes. You will see me, I will come to you. I will myself to you. So the shirt is $10. The hoodie is 18, the pants is 12, the whole suit, the hoodie and the pants is $25. So purchase it, just hit me up on WhatsApp, and then I'm very responsive. I'm always online. I will reply you.
Awesome. Thank you, man. And of course, it's been a pleasure hosting you. And we have a lot more beautiful content coming up. So if you've been watching and you like this interview, please go ahead and follow the 1847 show. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're also on Instagram, Twitter, etc. And you've been watching the 1847 show. I've been your host, Prince Larmin Jarbo, and this was season 1, episode 18, which is part of our series called Reimaging Liberia. This series will highlight individuals who are rebranding the image of Liberia through digital mediums like the internet by telling the stories of others in our beloved country. To watch upcoming episodes, please don't forget to follow us like I mentioned. But until next time, stay safe, God bless you, and God bless Mama Liberia. Take care.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder Girls of Destiny Creative Organization, and owner at Janice's Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.